Guys, I have one last video for 2021. It's the very end of the year, and basically I have two massive boxes that have arrived, and I need to do something with these because it's taking up so much space. Also, these are not just for me. One is for me, one is for Joe, who's behind the camera right now, and we all need to say a huge happy birthday to Joe, because his birthday is going to be in the first week of January. This is his birthday / Christmas present, which we all know people who have birthdays close to Christmas are really happy whenever that's done. No.
Excellent!
Today's video was brought to you by the new Lightwings fans from Be Quiet, which combine legendary near-silent operation with optimal performance and, of course, RGB lighting. Control the look of your PC with up to 20 addressable LEDs per fan, and choose from standard PWM for airflow or PWM high speed for use with radiators and heat sinks. They're available in 120mm and 140mm sizes and suitable for any build in need of a functional and tasteful RGB upgrade. So for more on the new Lightwings fans from Be Quiet, click the sponsor link in the video description. So what we have here, what I am unboxing for the first time, these have just arrived, actually they arrived just before Christmas, more on that in a second, are two Herman Miller Aeron chairs. Herman Miller chairs, if you haven't heard of them, very, very highly regarded. They typically sell for well over $1,000 each if you're buying them brand new. However, the reason that they are so expensive is not just because they're known to be very good chairs ergonomically, but also because they last a really long time. So there's an entire secondary market for refurbished chairs of this class, like Herman Miller Aeron or like steel case chairs are also right up there. So because I'm such a practical person and I like to save some money here and there, these are refurb chairs, not necessarily brand new. And these are purchased from Beverly Hills Chairs, which is a place that you might not have heard of. If you go and you try to find refurbished chairs like Herman Miller Aerons or steel cases, you might find there's a Madison seating company that's pretty popular. However, they also have some negative reviews because of the methods that they use for refurbishing the chairs themselves.
Do you need help?
No, Joe, this is much more entertaining. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah, don't do what he's doing. Whatsoever.
So if you've decided against Madison seating, you might look at other places. I found a place called B. Todd that seemed to be fairly well reviewed. And there's one other that I'll hopefully put on screen if I can think of it, but I forget right now. But they were completely sold out at the time. It was leading right up to Christmas. I don't know if these are popular gifts at all or anything like that. But that's what led me to branch out a little bit and try Beverly Hills Chairs. And my experience with Beverly Hills Chairs has been, I wouldn't say perfect, it hasn't been horrible. So the price of the chairs is about $600 each. You can get these as cheap as $500 from places like Madison Seating. But I placed the order on December 7th. I got a follow-up email, I got a confirmation email that day, got a follow-up email 2 days later on the 9th with a tracking number. And I was like, okay, cool. It's shipped out. That's pretty good. They do come with free shipping, which is nice. Then the tracking number never updated. So about a week later on the 16th, I emailed them directly and asked them for an update on the order because we had some travel coming up and I needed to make sure they weren't going to show up while we were out of town. To their credit, they got back to me that same day with not just a form email, but one that was seemed to be filled out by a customer service agent indicating they had an unusually large number of orders. It's disrupted their schedule, but that she would be sure that it was shipped out the next day. It did not ship out the next day. Finally, the tracking number updated on the 21st, and then it arrived here the next day on the 22nd because we're located pretty close to them here in Southern California. So that was my experience. The shipping was delayed a little bit. However, they have now arrived, and now we get to do the actual verification of stuff, which is looking at the chairs themselves and seeing the quality of the refurbished job and the quality of the chairs as well, which, at least looking at this mesh back unit here, which is the back of the chair, at first glance, doesn't look too bad. So because they're refurbs, there might be a little wear on some of the joints, and you can see a little bit of that here and there. And there's also a little bit of wear like on the drill hole points right there, but it does not look too bad. This is actually the worst looking one. The others on the chair look like they're in a little bit better shape. So hopefully these aren't stripped out. This is a situation that would be of a concern for us because you don't want those to be stripped out. That is the main point where the back of the chair connects to the frame. Oh, this is different. I was not expecting this. A lot of places where you shop for, they will give you options for different types of casters. Some that are made for hard floor, some that are made for carpet, some that are in between. It appears that we have multiple sets of casters. In fact, a set that's already installed on the chair, and then two more. I don't know if these are different kinds of casters, if they gave us the option to swap them out ourselves, or if this is just more of the same, so we have backups, or if this was accidentally included in the box. I guess we'll find out with the second chair if that's the case. Not a huge amount of extra packaging here. We just have these covers here, which have some fairly thin foam, but it does seem to have done the job getting the chair here without too many scuffs. There were a couple parts on the boxes where the chair had started to poke through and had maybe gotten a little bit of wear, so we will keep an eye on that. And indeed, for this first unit, that was the part that was sticking out. So that may or may not be a concern for you. Again, it is a refurb, so there's expected to be a little bit of wear and tear on the body itself. That doesn't look too bad to me. This is Joe's chair anyways. I'm just kidding. But here might also be a good reason for them to have included additional casters. These are maybe somewhat worn down, but still are in okay shape. I did catch some complaints here and there from people who have purchased refurb chairs of like there being hair caught up in here and stuff like that, which doesn't seem to be the case too bad here. But of course, when we got new casters to replace these with, that makes it a little bit better, even if these aren't in the best shape. And they just pop off like that. And yeah, I am kind of glad we got new ones, because it does look like these are the ones that were probably in use before this chair was refurbished. And there's a look at the old casters, which are getting stuff all over my hands because they're old. There's a little bit of hair up in there as well. And then the new casters, which are, looks like pretty much new. Again, maybe a few scuffs here and there from shipping. So we're gonna swap these in. New is new, new is better, right? There you go, that's easy enough.
Don't wait for you to hit your ball by accident. You're like,
right into the crotch. There we go. Nice smooth caster action right there. Okay, what we're gonna do next is mount the back, and that seems to be the only real work that needs to be done other than swapping those casters out. No instructions are included here, but it's fairly simple. There's 4 mounting points. We have apparently 4 bolts as well as an Allen wrench included here. Before I pop the back on, the arms swing out here just like so. So you release that and slide them up and down. Again, here's a part where there might be a little bit of wear from use in the past, but these are really solid, thick metal pieces that hold this up. So this is why these chairs can last so long and be refurbished in different ways. You just slide it up and down. It looks like there's a tightening bolt there if we need to, and then snap it down to lock it in place. I wanted to show the underside of the armrest. And then again, for the refurbished jobs, here's something that you might want to pay attention to is the armrests themselves. They do wrap around a bit here, and there's different ways of connecting them. These are just a single unit that connects up to this piece. This piece is plastic. Ours does have a little bit of a crack right there in the bottom, which again, it's not ideal. However, some of the cheaper methods of refurbishing involves wrapping around and stapling the fabric here. That's just not as good of a method. This does appear to at least be a single piece, and it's got a nice bit of cushion as well to provide you with, of course, ergonomic, cushiony spots for your elbows. So let's see if the other one's the same way. Just checking out the other armrest here. This one does not appear to be cracked on that piece there. The armrests are easier to swap out from my understanding though, so that is something that down the line as they start to wear out, because that is something that it makes contact with your body regularly as you're sitting in the chair. It might need to be swapped, and I imagine you could get a replacement for this piece without too much difficulty. And now we will mount the back of the chair. Adjustable lumbar support right there as well. You can slide that up and down. Make sure your lumbar is well supported. There we go. All right, our chair is assembled. All right, I think you should do the honors. Now Joe's first sit test. What do you think? Laying back? Pretty comfy. Obviously, we haven't figured out all the adjustments and how they work quite yet at this point, but we're getting there. At least the raise and lower function appears to be working. I mean, it looks like you're having fun. It's comfortable though, right?
yeah, I prefer this kind of mesh, especially during the summertime. So
yeah, mesh
my body
fabric
can breathe. Yeah.
for breathability. And part of the reason why I decided to get these is that Joe was having some back pain. He's been going to a chiropractor for that, and he sits in the chair a lot while editing and doing other unmentionable things at his computer. So new chair seemed like a great solution for that, and I've been wanting a new one as well. So it's ideal.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
And of course, I had to make this video too to include them to make sure it was unquestionably a business expense. Obviously, these are being used for business.
Yeah, because he does a carpet.
Like what we're doing right now. No, Joe, it's
baseball,
just try to make a win-win. It's a win, everybody wins. You align things that benefit you with things that benefit other people, and then...
Right on, right, thanks, Paul.
Nice. All right, so the first chair is assembled and has passed the initial sit test. Joe's been figuring out the adjustments and stuff on it, and I'm pretty satisfied with it so far. I'd say that one little crack on the underside of the one armrest would be the disappointing part, but hopefully that's not something that will get worse at time or anything. But we do get to do some QC now and see if we have similar results with this unit. And can I just pull this out? I'll do it on its side again. Get the backrest out first. Oh, well, that explains why we had 2 sets of casters in one box, because there were 0 in this box. That's cool that we've got the second set. However, if these were going to 2 separate locations, that would kind of have been a little bit of an issue for us. I guess they probably assume that that's mostly not going to be the case. All right, we do have our hardware here for mounting the seat. Again, initial inspection here seems to indicate that things are in pretty decent shape. No crack on the bottom of that armrest. Flipping it over entirely. No crack on the bottom of that one either. So maybe this one should be Joe's. This one should be Joe's, so he doesn't get a cracked armrest. Although we again did have one of the 5 legs sticking out the edge that did get a little bit of wear on it. Again, nothing too horrible or anything like that right now, but we do have clearly used casters once again, so we'll pop these off and replace them with the second set that came with the other chair. And again, the chair back. It's the lumbar support in place. And this is also looking to be in pretty good shape from what I can tell. So that's good too. All right, chair number 2 is assembled. Now I get to sit. Oh, look at that. Ooh. I like the bouncy recline action. That's very comfortable. And again, the lumbar support here. My lumbars have never been so well supported, I feel like. It's right there in the small of the back. Feels quite nice. And these arms, I will say, are a little bit cumbersome, maybe to get positioned. However, as Joe was mentioning, once you do get them where you want them, you're probably not going to shift them much after that unless you share the chair with someone else. And because they come from the back, you got plenty of space out here to flare your legs out at any sort of comfortable position that you feel like. So that's convenient too. That's the 2-way switch that keeps it from reclining. And then this is the raise lower switch, which is the fun part. You like this, and then you're like, this makes it like a roller coaster ride. So I'm very happy that the chairs appear to be functional and everything. We're pretty happy with them. And I would sort of end the video right now. But you know, as I've said in a few other videos recently, it was Christmas time and the holidays, and I had lots of different things arrive, and I never really had a good spot to show them. So I have a couple things that have arrived here, and I'm actually not 100% sure what all of them are. But why not open them up real quick and share with you? This one came from our merch guy, John, over at Vermont Green Printing. And these are really nice Arctic water bottles, like the insulated ones. And this one has like a cutout in the finish on it with the Paul's Hardware thumb screw. And I just wanted to show this to you guys because it's really cool. He actually sent us 3. I gave Joe one. I think one's gonna be for my wife. And I used one during our 3rd charity live stream event where we crossed $100,000 raised for the year. And a big thank you to all you guys who helped participate in that one. But yeah, would anyone be interested in Paul's Hardware thumb screw water bottles? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Maybe we can bring a few of these in. This next package is from EK Water Blocks, who I've worked with before. And I also have no idea what this is. I wasn't really expecting anything from EK right now. It appears to be some holiday greetings. Some kind words from EK, season's greetings, happy holidays, and a prosperous new year to you over at EK as well. And what's included here? These, what? This is a heat pad. You snap this metal piece inside, and then some chemicals combine in there, and then the liquid solidifies and gets warm.
It's pretty cool.
I don't want to use it right now though.
No, you can reuse them.
Can we use them?
Yeah.
All right, Joe, I believe you. All right, so we're gonna. Oh, there it went. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Whoa! You're right. That's hot. It's quite. There's a lot of heat there. Wow, and it's really hot. That's actually really cool. That's a pretty cool effect there. All right, thanks, EK. We also have an EK Cryo Cocktail Stay Liquid Cool. I do not believe this is like liquid cooling, like liquid for liquid cooling. I believe that's an actual soft drink. Ooh, whiskey stones. You freeze them, put them in your whiskey, so your whiskey doesn't get tainted with horrible, horrible water, but you can still have your whiskey on the rocks. That's super nice. We got an EK Squeezy Flex Ball there, and that's it. Hey, nice little set of stuff from EK. Many thanks to them for sending that over. Happy holidays to you guys too, and a fabulous and wonderful 2022. One more package here from Hyte, Hyte. If you guys aren't familiar, Hyte is a sub-brand of iBuyPower, kicked off, I believe, back in September of 2021. And again, I was not expecting anything from Hyte, so I believe this is a thank you for being an iBuyPower partner this year. We're grateful for your help, and sister brand Hyte as well. They have included Hyte things such as, what is this? Oh, tubes. All right, this appears to be a tube with a t-shirt inside. It says XL, which I'm hoping is Taiwan measurements. I'm an XL in Taiwan shirt sizes. I'm more like a large in US shirt sizes. There we go. Oh, look, they even put a little bit of plastic over it. Hyte, experience, play. It's good. It's a good motto. And here we have what I believe is a desk mat. Yes, it is blue. Has a keyboard to show where your keyboard should go, a mouse to show where your mouse should go, unless you're left-handed, and I guess a spot for your headset as well. So a big thank you to iBuyPower and Hyte for sending a few little holiday gifts over as well. And actually, Hyte, with your permission, Joe has said he would totally be interested in this one, because when Joe plays video games, he likes a very large mousing area, because he moves his mouse a lot. And apparently his current desk pad at home is getting a little worn out. So this is gonna go to Joe. Happy birthday again, Joe. Well, there you have it, guys. One final video for 2021. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for watching my content this year. A big thank you to Joe for editing the vast majority of it and adding his special sauce from time to time, which we always appreciate. I'll be back next week with a bit of coverage on the sort of CES stuff, if that's still going on. It's been like mostly canceled at this point for in-person stuff, but I'll talk about the new products that are coming out, and then I will be getting back to tech news as well, so stay tuned for that, the 2022 edition, which is going to be the same as the 2021 edition, which everyone seemed to like, so we'll stick with it.
2022 edition.
2022 edition of
Tech news?
Tech News, yeah. Maybe you can make the intro say Paul's News instead of Paul News. People complain about that all the time, which is why I like to keep it the same way. But hey, guys, if you're looking to invest in something, I've always thought that the things that you're going to use the most are the things that are worth investing in. So like a nice mattress, which you spend a lot of time sleeping on. A chair, if you spend a lot of time sitting in it, is a very important thing to have, especially if ergonomics are a concern. And we are, of course, very hopeful that Joe's back will now be way better than it was before, and he'll be able to lift lots of heavy things and help me move stuff, because probably going to have some cleaning vlogs coming up really soon as well, as you might have seen. Well, all right, well, we'll hold off on the cleaning vlogs until Joe's ready. Thanks again for watching this video, you guys. Oh, one last thing. We wanted to show Joe's current chair. So here it is, not in the greatest shape, perhaps in need of an upgrade. So Joe's gonna swap that in for the new Herman Miller Aeron, and he will be much happier, and he will give us a thumbs up and a smile, and then there will be an explosion. You know, you can cut that out if you don't want it, if you don't want there to be an explosion. Thanks again for watching though, guys. Subscribe if you're not already. I got lots of content coming at you next year. Happy New Year to you all, and we'll see you in the next video.